happy morning, or happy whatever time of day it is for you. I'm Paige, this is The Happy Kitchen, and today we're baking vegan gluten-free French toast. But first, coffee. Strong today. All right. The first thing that we're gonna need for vegan gluten-free French toast is a very overripe banana. So overripe that you might think that it's not usable, but once you peel it open, you'll see that it is. That actually is the best for baking for egg replacer, and then you're also gonna need some gluten-free vegan bread. The brand of bread that I have in my fridge today is not vegan. It does contain egg, but it is dairy-free, so you wanna make sure that your gluten-free bread is also vegan. Here's my very overripe banana. Probably wouldn't use this past today, but the more overripe, the better for baking. Today, we're going to be cooking on a electric griddle. I find that that's the best for like French toast, pancakes, things like that. So you can make a lot at once, and then you're not waiting for one to be done in a single pan and then make the next one, which kind of slows you down. Let's get started by making our batter. First, we're gonna start out by mashing half of a banana in a bowl. You want to do that first before you add anything else in. I find that it's easiest to make sure that the whole banana gets mashed that way. All right, so this banana looks pretty ripe, right? Well, if you open it up, it's actually not that bad, and it's just going to be really soft. Oh, Nala is a fan of bananas. They're some of her favorites. So we're going to take about half, get mashing. I'll give you a piece of the other one that's more ripe than this in a minute. Okay? Right, so you can see there really aren't any big chunks of banana. It's nice and smooth. Next, we're going to add in our oat milk. Depending on the oat milk that you have or what non-dairy milk that you choose, it might be a little less or a little more. It's about 1/4 cup, but you don't want to do too much, but you don't want too little either. So it's more of looking for the right consistency. It's thin, but also still a little thick. It's not too runny. And we're gonna add in some vanilla. About 1/4 teaspoon or so. And then we're gonna add in about a teaspoon of agave. And then the final thing to add is cinnamon. The trick is to add a little bit more cinnamon between each slice of bread that you do. And this amount is gonna make about 4 pieces of French toast. So if you doubled it and used a full banana, it'd make about 8 pieces. a little bit of your cinnamon sits on top, that's not the worst thing in the world. All that means is that your bread is gonna have a little bit extra on top, and that's fine by me. All right, let's get this skillet heating up. I'm gonna put it at 300. While the skillet's heating up, we're going to oil this flat top, even though it's a non-stick. When you're making stuff with the banana, it doesn't quite cook how it would with it if it had an egg in it. And so it does tend to stick a little bit. And so if you oil it just enough, and then you allow it to really get a nice firm, everything's cooked on it, and then you flip, you're gonna get much better results. I'm just using a neutral oil, avocado oil, and then I like to fold up a paper towel and kind of spread it out. Nice little even layer. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to do 2 pieces of bread, and then I'll put it here, and then I'll flip it over onto the fresh oil to help with that crisp. I'm gonna add a little bit more cinnamon. Just a little bit extra. So then we're going to dip our bread. We're going to leave it in for just a second, and then flip and leave it in for just a second again. I would add a little bit more cinnamon, but some of it got kind of stuck on the edges, so I'm just going to move it to the middle. So it's important to leave it initially so that it can all kind of form a crust on the bottom. If you start to flip it too soon, everything's going to kind of come apart. I got you guys a little bit closer in. You want to make sure that you're really pressing down onto the griddle to try and make sure that you're not leaving any of the banana mixture behind. And then we're going to flip onto the fresh oil. There you have it, a vegan gluten-free French toast that's a little bit healthier than the traditional version, but just as good. I topped it with a blueberry compote sauce that I've been experimenting with for my vegan and gluten-free crepes. So if you want to see those with this sauce, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a happy day. I'm gonna go finish this.